All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
We ready? We ready, everybody?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? This is episode 20, mother effing 3 of the Highly Advised podcast. I'm here with my two amigos. Shouts out to my bros. This is your boy, Big Cozy, Too Cozy, aka Loud, aka Don Pablo, aka El Chapo, aka 10 bricks every fucking week, nigga.
Yeah.
Jesus. My God.
Yes.
My God.
It's all fun and games until someone come knocking at your door. Like, oh, so you got them 10 bricks? I don't know nothing you talking about, man. I just do a podcast. Nah.
Yeah, like, Jesus, man.
Nah, what's going on with y'all though, man?
Not much, man. Chilling. This week, been a little stressed out in the past, week. Had a lot going on. I felt like I was, a little overwhelmed, if I'm being honest. But I'm feeling better now. I'm energized, ready to take on the week and all the other obstacles that are coming in my way. Things like that. How are you doing, Spence? How are both of y'all doing, first and foremost?
I mean, I'm doing good. I can't complain, man. It's been a pretty cool week for the most part. Just been taking it easy. That's really it. I ended up watching, I still gotta finish it, but I was watching the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Stupid movie, bro. Y'all gotta watch that shit. It's one of those good bad movies. So other than that though, I've been chilling, man. Taking it easy, reading, just get my mind together. That's about it. How about yourself, Lau? How you been doing?
Well, I just came back from a nice little trip, and it's been pretty good. Can't complain. Now I'm back in reality, back in the great home state of the first state. I'm saying that sarcastically, and I'm good, man. I'm waiting to see how September rocks and rolls. I'm a little older now, you know what I mean? I just turned 109 years old, so for those that didn't know.
Happy birthday. You're old ass man now.
Yeah.
Big cozy, old cozy.
Yeah.
I am
old cozy, man.
Yeah, man, old cozy man.
I'm seeing the wrinkles start setting your face and everything, man. About to get you some Botox.
Yeah, man, I had one little gray hair and shit like that, man. You already know.
You about to be bald like me soon.
No.
Once your hairline starts going. Yeah, once your hairline starts going, we'll be more in common. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro.
Yo, you praying on someone downfall.
I'm waiting. Don't rub my hands together like Birdman and shit. Just waiting for his hairline to go away.
Yeah. Get some plugs, bro. You might as well just get some plugs for your hair, and then we all got hair, man.
It's crazy. I've actually looked into the plug thing. Very expensive. It's not cheap, and it's not a one-time thing. Shit, it's like I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you got good insurance, right?
Yeah, all right, I do, but not for that. I'll pass.
Listen, man. Just you figure it out. Just figure it out. I don't know what to tell you. Figure it out. Listen, or if not that, you could just walk around with the Beijing. Just don't get around sweating around on people who look like Mr. T.
So funny enough, I tried Beijing at some point in time in my life.
God.
Yeah, no. So I was like, trying to protect the shit in the shower and whatnot. It looked so bad, man. I was just like, it got to the point where it just looked. I took a picture of it and I thought it looked nice when I first saw it. Then I looked at it again. I'm like, this shit looks fake as hell. Like, I just look like I'm trying too hard. You know what I mean? After that, no, man. Like,
hold on. You had the whole beard and everything, or you had a whole crisp lineup and everything. Didn't you?
I had the mustache goatee thing going on, and I had the lineup, and it looked cool until I realized how fake it looked, and I deleted the picture from Instagram. I was like, nah, fuck this shit.
Do you have that picture somewhere?
You'll never see it. You'll never see the picture ever in your life. I promise you.
Fam, I would hate to see you with that on in the summertime.
Yeah, no.
It probably is covered. Look like a melting ball of ink, man.
Man, nah. The shit. It's just not one of those things I can do, man. I know my place in the world, and that's with a bald head. You know what I mean? I just can't do that.
You probably thought you looked in the mirror, thought you was you was type fly too.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool. I was just like, all right, I can deal with this little receding shit for a little bit. You know what I mean? Nah. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, nope, there's no way in hell.
Yo, you would have been tight. Someone could disrespect you by just like wiping a finger and be like, yo, I'm gonna just mess with his hairline, yo.
Nah, man, it's anything will rub that shit off, man. It doesn't take much. You know what I mean? Like Beijing isn't the type of thing that lasts like for a while. You know what I mean? When you see people sweating and shit, like you don't want that shit to come off, man.
Hell nah. Be looking like you got curry goat sauce running down your chest.
It's just not a good look, man. And plus, like, luckily I was blessed with a decent shaped head, you know what I mean? So it's I'm very thankful that I don't have like, one of those hooks or anything like that, like just a normal shaped head. I'm all right.
Yeah. I mean, you lucked up because boy, you would have. Yeah, I don't know. There's something hilarious about you with the regular hairline. Like where it's like mad close to your eyebrows.
I used to have braids back in the day, man. Believe it or not.
All bald. Yo, let's be honest. Most people that go bald in they like late 20s, they typically had braids back in the day.
Did you have braids back in the day at all?
No,
Oh wow, you did?
Yeah, elementary, early middle school days.
Okay.
Nah, I wanted braids, but my mom wouldn't let me get them. I was trying to, but she was like, nah, because I looked older for my age. When I was like 9, when I was 9, I looked like I was like 13. So like, she was like, nah, you're not getting braids. She was like, we used to go to the city all the time. So it's like, nah, you're not getting no braids, yo. Just because she was like, yeah, you're not gonna be looking older. I wish I did. I might end up getting braids due to this quarantine eventually, though.
Hey, go for it, man. Like, why don't you do like a jailhouse thing? You know what I mean? Just grow out your hair and a beard and then just come out like, you were in for 10 years,
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yo, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. The only thing you gotta chill. Nah, man. I probably actually, I'm gonna probably let it grow out for a little bit longer and then I might cut it. I might not. I don't know yet. I'm definitely thinking about doing in October. I'm definitely thinking about treating October like Halloween and like every Saturday and like dressing up like a different character. And I definitely might want to do like a Get Out one. So I might actually like let my hair grow out a little bit more just for that.
I mean, who would you be?
I would be the Tether. I would grow
you talking about us?
Yeah, us. Yes, that's what I meant. My bad.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I would probably just become a Tether or something like that.
Look like you off that shit, man.
Yeah, I got that bag.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, he on that boy for real, for real.
Yeah, like your boy Oscar.
Yo, you gotta chill. Like Dana White said, cocaine ain't cheap, man.
It's very expensive, is what Dana White said.
Yeah, man, like it's extremely expensive. You could tell Oscar for people that are listening who may not know, Oscar De La Hoya came out and said he's coming back to fight after I think Oscar De La Hoya is 48 or something like that now, almost 50. He's talking about he wants to fight, and I told you about that, Lau, a month or two ago. I saw something where Oscar De La Hoya was talking about he wanted to come out of retirement, and if he were to come out of retirement, he thinks Canelo is someone that could be beat.
I mean, we're just repeating what Dana White said now, right? Just cocaine is cheap. The coke supply is running a little low, and he probably gets the good coke too. You know what I mean? Not
Jesus.
So he probably running low on that. You're like, look, Oscar, if you want supply, you might have to come out of retirement to purchase this, and that's what he's doing it for. Because if he fights anybody like Amir Khan, which is the rumor, or anybody that's been boxing consistently in the past year or so, he's going to get knocked out very quickly.
I agree. He'll probably get knocked out, but I ain't gonna hold you. When it comes to Amir Khan, to some extent, I really think that might be a closer fight than what we think. Because Amir Khan got a glass jaw, for one.
Okay.
Secondly, Oscar De La Hoya. At the end of the day, we all know Oscar De La Hoya has world championship level fighter technique, right? He might not be. He's not as fast anymore. He's probably not as powerful anymore. But I think when you look at, it's kind of like that moment where, like, if you date a girl and her dad used to box, like, he might be old, but he might be able to let the thumpers go if you don't know how to fight as good as him.
I don't think we could compare
True.
We can't do that, right? Amir Khan, right? Even though he does have like that glass chin, he was getting beat by better fighters, though, right? Terrence Crawford is one of the best welterweight boxers in the world. Some people say arguably he's pound for pound number one, but
He just backed out of a fight too, I think.
when he's fighting cokehead De La Hoya,
Jesus.
he's gonna knock the powder out of his nose, and then, you know what I mean, and he's gonna get the easiest payday of his life. Like Oscar De La Hoya has, unless it's like some Legends League type of boxing bout or exhibition, kind of like what Roy Jones and Tyson got going on, he has no business boxing a pro boxer that's actively boxing at a high level. He's just going to get knocked out. He's going to become a lot more coked up than when he was before. Like, this just, I mean, nothing about Oscar that has been coming out in the past couple of years has been positive. Nothing.
I'll put it like this. I think with Oscar, he's not going to I think he's going to have a problem with fighting, depending on, like you said, if it's like actually against actual competition. But I don't know. I think the glass chin of Amir Khan gives him some likelihood. But to be honest with you, Oscar probably just saw it as a quick bag. It's got to be, because if he's actually going to fight someone of real talent, he's going to get knocked out for one, like you said. And he has a puncher's chance with Amir Khan, but I don't know. I see Oscar trying to fight like some no name just to prove himself, and then try to call out Floyd, because you know how he still believes he has the formula to beat Floyd, though he can't give it to the right fighter yet. So,
My God, imagine if he did fight Floyd today. You know how bad Floyd would beat the brakes off of him?
oh, you already know.
Oh my God. Is this something that we should really try to discuss about how bad Floyd would beat him up?
Well,
Would it be bad? Would it be worse than Tyson or Roy Jones Jr. though?
I think it's on the same level. Like, come on. Like, Floyd, here's the difference between Floyd and Oscar, right? They're both retired fighters. That's the only similarity. That's where it stops. Here's the differences. Floyd, he actively trains like he is going into a bout. Even though he's retired, he has no fights lined up. He's always in shape. That's why he did what he did to Conor, because he was in shape. He kept himself in shape. Oscar, he was sniffing coke.
Jesus, man. God.
But
Talk about a way to start.
he was, he was conditioning his nose to absorb more coke. He saw what Tony Montana was able to do with the pound of cocaine at the end of the movie, and Oscar thought, like, this is my next venture. So that's what he's been doing. He's been sniffing a lot of coke, been making bad decisions as he was sniffing coke, and he ran out of the high grade coke that he's used to sniffing, and he's like, hey, look, I'm coming back to fight, and I want to fight a top fighter like Amir Khan. I promise I don't have to take a dive, because I'm going to get knocked out anyway, and all I want is the cocaine.
Yo, man. Listen, man. Oscar just trying to get a bag. That's all. Oscar thought I think Oscar really thought he was going to get a better reception than that. He probably was like, yo, I'm back fighting. Oh, all right. Anyway, back to like we were talking about with Canelo. I think that's how all the boxing world did it, because like you said, I ain't going to say it's for coke necessarily, but he fighting because he need money. I think he need money, and right now with the pandemic going on, he's probably like, yo, listen, I ain't gonna see. He's probably not even seeing a check like he used to. So
the way I see it is the same way. It's funny enough that he put on the Tito Ortiz Chuck Liddell fight, the third one. It's like, do we really need to see these guys fighting at all? No. You know what I mean?
I watched it though.
I mean, I watched it too, and Chuck Liddell got knocked out like he shouldn't have been fighting. You know what I mean? Like,
that was a bad fight too.
Yeah, like
Bad
it's like
fight.
sometimes you just got to know when to sit down, man. And like I understand cocaine's not cheap, but he should have some rich friends share some coke with him. You know what I mean? Cut that shit with something. I don't know.
I mean, the way I see it, right? Like when he put on that Chuck fight, I was just kind of like, anybody with the same brain size as a squirrel would have realized, like, hey, Tito's going to watch him. Tito's been actively fighting at Bellator. I'm not saying Tito's the greatest because he's obviously not, right? Because he's out of his prime. Chuck hasn't fought in years since he got knocked out by Rich Franklin, and I was in fucking high school or a year removed from high school when he got knocked out from Rich Franklin. That's a long ass time ago. So, yeah, it was kind of like, once again, Oscar was stealing your money so he could put more shit up his nose. And I feel sorry for the people that actually spent their hard-earned money to watch something that Oscar knew, like, hey, this is a free bag of Coke on the way. And I'm just...
I mean, listen, I mean, like, I'm really in the business, right? So, like, whatever he used the money for is whatever he used the money for, right? But I will say this, like, I always say to myself, like, some stuff, even though the optics of it may not look always that great, I can understand. I understand and get how some things happen just because you say, oh, well, it's cheaper. It's not necessarily cheaper, but, you know, oh, I can make some money out of this. I can make some quick bread out of this. It's not going to cost me much. So it's like, that's what I mean when I say cheaper, like, oh, it's an easy go-to. I don't have to spend too much money. People know the names. They're old fighters. Let's put them together. Let's have a fight. Like, I get the money play of it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but hey, man, Oscar gonna be Oscar, yo. That's all I can say. I mean, I don't know. Like, Oscar may be the person that has the least amount of acceptance by anybody right now when it comes to like doing stuff for money or having like the drug type of use, right? Because like you see someone like Jon, right? Jon Jones, for instance. Okay. Right now, he's like he's actually decided to be like, yo, I'm done. Not done fighting, but he's vacated his belt so he can try to move up, right?
Right.
And which I guess you could say when you look at like the whole Coke situation, like you would think, well, he's cleaned his act up, but you would think he would want to fight someone again for a quick bag. Granted, Dominic Reyes also said Jon's moving up because he's scared of the fighters. He can't beat anybody in 205 anymore. So.
Wow, you want to talk about this first, or you want me to? Because I got a lot to say about that.
I don't have a whole lot to say, right? So here's the thing: when I watched the Dominic Reyes fight, I thought Dominic Reyes 3 rounds to 2. I have to rewatch the fight again, you know, to see if my perception changed. But initially, that's what I thought. I was like, "Good job, Dominic. I thought you won. I'm still rooting against you. I think that you're not, you know, all that to be talked about." Right. With that being said, Jon has done everything that he can do at the 205 division to the point now that we have a guy that, who knows, maybe Jon didn't take Dominic Reyes as serious, right? Because that has happened before, like the Gustafsson fight. Jon didn't take him serious the first time around. He was all coked up the night before. And he was like, oh, shit, I actually have to fight. So he went ahead into the fight, and he almost fucking lost.
And
but
still won.
And still won. And you see the fucking rematch. The rematch, he nipped that shit in the bud. He whipped his fucking ass, left no fucking doubts about it. Who was the better man? I feel like if Jon was like, hey, look, let's do the fucking rematch, and actually took his time and took Dominic extremely serious, I think Jon he probably ended up smoking him, you know? But in my opinion, Dominic is like, he's blowing his own horn a little too much, right? Oh, I gave him a run for his money. I'm like, you did lose the last 2 fucking rounds. You actually had a debatable fight where there is some people that thought you did lose. You know what I mean? So don't be like, oh, Jon is afraid of you. To me, if I was Jon, I'm like, look, the record books, you're going to look back 20 years from now, and you're going to see that I fucking won. So fuck what you say. I'm the greatest light heavyweight, arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time. I'm on Jon Jones' time. I'm not on Dominic's time. And, like, that's how I see it. So, Dominic Reyes, he could say all the stupid shit. Oh, he's scared of me. He's scared of Thiago. He's not scared of you guys. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. 10 years from now, nobody's gonna remember those fighters like that. They're not, unless you're an MMA historian, big time MMA fan, like how we are. That's fine. But like the normal person, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, I forgot about them." Do you think that fans of Floyd Mayweather remember the 50 opponents that he fucking fought? No, they only remember the notable guys. So to me, Dominic Reyes wasn't a notable. Yeah, he came close to winning, but like, whoop de fucking do. You know, before that, he was just another fucking guy that people thought the UFC was just trying to push. Now that, okay, this guy can compete with John, maybe he is good. We'll see. But if he beats John Blachowicz, it won't mean nothing, right? Because John Blachowicz, yeah, he's okay, but he isn't Jon Jones.
Exactly.
So here's my thing, right? Like, for the past 9.5 years, Jon Jones has fought every notable light heavyweight that he could possibly fight in the UFC. If you're saying that he's afraid when he fought Alexander Gustafsson, which people say that was the hardest fight of his career, and he came back and he beat him, I don't know what more he has to prove by fighting Dominic Reyes, who, in my opinion, he beat him. Close fight, but he beat him. So it's like, why would he be afraid of him when he's talked about fighting probably the most dangerous guy in MMA right now, Francis Ngannou, who can put you out with a matter of maybe one or two punches. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it just kind of blows my mind. Jon Jones, to me, is the best MMA fighter to ever live. He went through like 2 to 3 generations of like light heavyweights. He went through who me and Lau called the Elite Four, which was Machida, Shogun, Rampage, and Rashad Evans.
Yeah.
He beat them. Then he beat the next people, like, you know, your what was the dude? Glover's name? Glover
Teixeira.
Glover, Gustafsson, you know what I mean? Like, those people around there.
Daniel Cormier.
And and you talking about somebody.
He beat Bader also, I think, right?
He beat Bader.
Right. Yep.
You're talking about somebody who people consider to be like one of the greatest in Daniel Cormier. Not only did he beat him twice, second time knocked him out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't understand how you can say all that. That being said, I think him vacating the light heavyweight belt is the right move to make. I think that he needs to move up to light heavyweight because, honestly, I feel like Jon Jones, if he doesn't challenge himself, he's more likely to lose. I think the only person who can really beat Jon Jones at this moment in time, until he goes to heavyweight, I would say, is Jon Jones. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's more mental for him than it is like a physical game. I think he knows how to beat people, and that's why he's won a decent amount of the time.
Right. I agree with that. I think for him, he knows how to beat people, and at the same time, he also understands, like, yo, he's at a point now where, like you said, he has nothing else to prove at the end of the day. He's beat everybody. He's cleaned out that whole division. That division is just now starting to catch up to him, which is crazy. Like, to be able to beat 2 generations of fighters, pretty much 2 different like generations, and now this new wave of fighters coming in, and it's like, oh, this third generation of fighters are starting to be competition. Like, when you just put that into context, they're starting to be competitive. It's starting to be competitive for him. Like, when you see that, you know, okay, there's nobody that's going to beat John. So I think for John and his situation, like he said, even like he said before, like in some old tweets, probably earlier this summer, yo, the belt means nothing for him at this point. Like, in his mind, he said he has only 2 things he should worry about is money and like personal achievements. So in his case, like, Dominic Reyes could like kind of keep his opinions to himself because John has nothing to prove to him. I agree. John won that fight. And like in John's case, if he has a chance to go up against Francis Ngannou or Stipe, going against Ngannou is going to be crazy. But I think the better fight really is him versus Stipe, just because there's some similarities in terms of wrestling and so on and so forth, and some striking. So I think that's honestly a fight that's way more dangerous for him. Those 2 fights are way more dangerous than anything that sits at 205.
Agreed.
At the end of the day, Jan Blachowicz is not doing anything. Dominic Reyes isn't doing anything. Like, so Reyes, like, I get where he's coming from, because I think he's setting himself up early for if he beats Blachowicz and he gets the title, right? He's saying like, yo, he probably realizes he understands that you're not the guy until you beat the guy. So if the guy just decides to say, well, I'm done fighting, there's nothing left for me here. I can't lose. So I'm gonna just go up another weight class and I'm gonna retire after that. There's nothing like he understands he needs to beat Jon so he can get that actual stamp of approval, which I don't think he's ever gonna beat Jon. He might beat Jon when he might beat Jon if Jon's like, yo, this is my last fight. I'm gonna come down to 205. And if he doesn't take it serious, you might awaken a beast again.
Here's my thing, right? Like, let's say he stays down there and he beats Dominic Reyes. It's like, okay, he proves the point that he can actually beat him. Then what? Like, oh, he's afraid if he doesn't fight the next person up after that. Oh, he doesn't want to fight Jan because he can knock him out. Oh, he doesn't want to fight the one dude who was doing a worm on the cage because he might knock him out. I can't even remember his name.
Johnny Walker.
It's like, how many people does he have to beat to not be afraid to lose? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. Like, at the end of the day, there's nothing for him. Like, there's nothing for him to prove. There's nothing for him at 205. Like it's commendable. I'm happy. To be honest with you, I think it's probably the best thing that he could have did. Like, instead of locking that division up, he understands, hey, I gotta you know how great of a fighter you have to be to just be like, you know what? There's no competition here. Like, there's nothing left for me. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna let these young guys, like, he's passing the torch essentially. Yo, I'm gonna let you young guys fight it out and have y'all fun. He might come back to 205. And I think that's what Reyes is doing. Like, cause he knows he's gonna let the young dudes fight. And while those young dudes are fighting, hopefully some good competition comes out of it and some good talents there. That might be worth him fighting. Cause if Jon dominates at heavyweight, I don't think he's coming back. But if he loses, he might come back to 205 just for the hell of it.
I mean, honestly, like, Dominic Reyes needs to beat Jan because it's not like he's just going to be a walk in the park for him. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
He can win that fight. And Dominic Reyes, yeah, he did stay in there with Jon Jones, but we all know how MMA math works. Just because you went in there for 5 rounds with Jon does not mean you will make it out of the ring with Jan.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Styles make matchup. Jan Blachowicz, he could easily, hit him with some Polish power and knock out Dominic Reyes. Who knows? Maybe the left hand and running backwards for 5 rounds, that might not work on Jan Blachowicz. He might be like, hey, look, you good job with Jon, but actually, thank you. You walked right into my game plan and knocks his ass out. We exactly. You can't just fucking think, well, oh, he went 5 with Jon. That means, because, like, look at Johnny Hendricks, right? Johnny Hendricks, some people think that he beat GSP. I thought GSP won that fight, right? Look at him now. He's getting knocked out. He's being used as a stepping stone for bigger fights. I remember Paulo Costa whipped his motherfucking ass. And, Johnny Hendricks is an afterthought now, man. He is. I'm like, hopefully he's doing well with whatever he's doing. But, like, that was the former welterweight champion of the world. So it just goes to show MMA math is a joke. It's not a real thing.
I got another one for you. Chris Weidman goes in there, knocks out Anderson Silva, and he might have got, like, maybe his second win after that, like 2 weeks ago. He knocked out Anderson Silva, like 4 or 5 years ago?
No, yeah. Longer, bro. Like,
I think that,
7. Like 7 years ago. Yeah, bro.
I'm looking it up. Hold up. I got y'all.
I'm about to look it up.
Like that, it was a long time ago. We weren't even in the Air Force when he knocked out Anderson Silva.
Jesus, man.
Jeez. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean,
2013. Yo.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That was that long ago?
What's his record look like since then? Can you read it off for us?
Well, I was looking at Anderson Silva's record, which is crazy because Anderson Silva's only won 1 fight since then.
The Derek Brunson fight.
Yep. He's only won 1 fight since then. But Chris Weidman in his situation, let's see, record.
He beat Kevin Gastelum, and then he beat this, I don't know who the fuck guy.
Oh.
He just beat.
He beat
Vitor Belfort. and he beat after
Machida.
Machida. But after that, that was the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah, because after he beat, because he had, damn, that's crazy. You have 2 wins against Silva, and then you beat Machida, then you beat Belfort. This is like by 15. Then you lose to Rockhold, Yamero, Musasi. Then you beat Gaslam in 2017, and damn, and lost to Souza, lost to Reyes, and now he just beat whoever this kid is this month. Like he hasn't won, and he's only won 2 fights in the past 7 years.
Yeah.
Well, no, in the past 5 years since Belfort.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it gets rough. It gets rough for Chris after that, man. Like, you know what I mean? And I like Chris Weidman, you know what I mean? I do. But like it's just a thing. I mean, like if you beat a great doesn't mean you're great.
Yeah.
Look at Holly Holmes. After she beat Ronda, like don't get me wrong, she beat Ronda, and then after that, like she I think she was winning the fight against
Miesha Tate, and
then she got choked out at the and that was that fight where that was the night I think Conor fought Eddie.
No, he fought Nate Diaz the first time.
Okay, yeah, because he lost that fight that night. Because they were both the headliners and they both lost. Yeah. But like you look at her though, she didn't do too well after that. Like sometimes you have those fighters that are like, and I'm not saying in terms of talent because I think they're better than Buster Douglas talent wise, but I think in the terms of their talent, like sometimes it's just the matchup and it's just the timing. Sometimes, and you look at some of those fighters though that these fighters have beaten that were like flashes in the pan. Those fighters never were the same either. They're just a lucky person, not lucky, but they were the fighter that was able to beat the person on their way down. When that decline initially started, they were just the ones that actually had a chance to meet them there.
It's crazy, and fuck Dominic Reyes. I'm not real for him.
Yeah. Nah, I mean I feel you on that. Like I mean, but I'll tell you this much though. I mean, at least you recognize like sometimes you got to shoot your shot at things. You feel me? And you understand like I'm serious, like he had to shoot a shot at it, and I understand it. Like it's kind of crazy when at the end of the day, like, and it's probably like I guess it's no crazier than anything else you see in the news. Like when you see someone like Dominic Reyes just running around trying to shoot a shot, trying to see if he can get something out of this, and it's like okay, whatever, dude, you're just talking. But then you'll have someone else that actually makes sense when it comes to altercation, like the situation with Meg Thee Stallion, right? Like speaking of like shooting shots, like you see someone like Tory Lanez, bro. Like she came out and was like, "Yo, Tory Lanez shot me," like her words verbatim.
Man,
how y'all feel about that? That was I think me and Nigel had talked like prior to that. I think me and Nigel had talked prior to that, talking about how the week was kind of slow too. Like it wasn't much going on for the week in terms of like current events and stuff, right? And then of course that night, what happened? She came out and said, "Yo, Tory Lanez shot me."
Boom, boom, boom.
So look, here's the thing, right? Deport his ass. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean?
Nice.
I really don't care. Like, how are you gonna pull out a gun and shoot a fucking woman? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I pretty much share the sentiment that everybody else has shared at this point in time. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, we don't support that over here at the Highly Advised Podcast. Violence against women is not something that we condone. And honestly, like anything that he loses, I don't really care. Not only that, but who was the dude who put out that thing that said if you dated a guy who coined the term demon time, you get what you deserve? Fuck that guy too. And then Tory Lanez liked it. It's like, that
was an NFL player, right?
Yeah, I know. Fuck that guy. And fuck Tory Lanez.
Well, you saw what came out of that for him though, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad, because it's like, how are you going to say that? No woman deserves to be shot. Was she threatening to kill him? You know what I mean? If she wasn't, then I have nothing to say. Get him out of here.
So here, I want to chime in about this shit, right? So this is how toxic social media can be. It's so fucking crazy that we're living in a time where a woman who was fucking shot, no matter if it was a fucking argument, he didn't like what the fuck she said or whatever. Point blank is she was fucking shot. She didn't turn around and try to stab the nigga with a fucking K-bar type knife, or she was pulling out a fucking gun on her and he happened to beat her to the trigger. You know, it was nothing like that at all. He shot her, and then you have niggas out there saying, "Oh, fuck Meg Thee Stallion, she's a snitch. Fuck, you know, free Tory. Oh, there's two sides to every story." And there was, if you guys know Bun B, and Bun B said it best. If this was a white motherfucking woman, not knocking white women, but he's for this example, it's necessary. Motherfucker Tory would have been deported, and his ass would have been arrested in fucking Canada. The Canadians would have been like, "Yeah, we've been waiting to lock his ass up." It would have not been drugged out at all. If it was Lady Gaga that got shot in the motherfucking foot, CNN covering it, NBC's covering it, everybody's gonna fucking cover it. Tory Lanez's ass would have been locked up. Well, I'm not saying he would have been kept in America, but his ass would have been deported. Hey, yo ass is not coming back to America. Canada, that's your shit. And like, but because it's Meg Thee Stallion and she's black and she happens to be a woman in fucking genre of music that, you know, it is the number one genre in the world, but you still have a lot of racist people that fucking hate it, you know. It's like swept under the rug. Oh no, Megan must have done something. Oh, she should have known. She should have fucking known that she was dealing with somebody. Like, what Tory Lanez did was 100% fucking wrong. It's not. Yeah. It's not right. You should never fucking. You shouldn't. First of all, you know, shooting somebody you have to have a good reason to shoot somebody. Let alone you're going to shoot a woman because you're upset or whatever the fuck you guys got going on. Like, it's like what I said a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? The nigga was like, "Look, I'm gonna show you who you're fucking with. I don't like how you talking to me. Blah blah blah. Pop. I'm gonna let one off. Now you know for the rest of your life. Hey, Tory Lanez is not the one to fuck. Like it's just corny to me. It's not fucking cool. The nigga, he should get deported. And honestly, like, let his ass go, bro. I mean, like, it's not what it's. It ain't cool, man. It ain't cool. And I don't think anybody should be slandering or attacking Meg Thee Stallion over it. It's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, so like, there's a couple of things I want to respond to. So, like, where you're talking about, like, had it been like Lady Gaga, right? I think it had it been like someone like Lady Gaga who was, to be honest, if it was Lady Gaga, or even if it was, and I'm not discrediting it from your point, but even if it was a higher profile artist like Nicki Minaj as well, right? Like, I think Tory's gonna have a big issue because he's not even strong enough in comparison, right? I think in this situation with Tory, I think one of the major reasons why it's been quiet pretty much is because he has connections, and like even Meg has came out when Meg had her whole rant about this on her live. It was based off, he's got people that's trying to like pretty much silence this thing and trying to sweep this thing under the broom, under the carpet, pretty much. So I think a lot of that has to do with it. And you seeing Tory, like even Tory, Tory liked that post actually.
Yeah, so he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, but and I'm not. Trust me, I don't agree with anything like that because I don't believe in shooting shit. I don't believe in hitting women. So like, for you to pull a weapon out is just it doesn't. I don't personally. For me, my morals and the way I was raised, having like a mother and like female women in my family, I don't get behind it whatsoever. I do want to know what would make I would love to know what rationale someone can have at that moment, even if it's in the thickness of things. Because to me, no matter what, there's nothing that justifies it. But like for someone to justify that for themselves and the career that they have, like Tory went from having the biggest career of quarantine, to now being like he went from top 10 to not mentioned at all.
Biggest year of his career.
For the most part, this might have been this was one of the biggest years of his career. I don't know if it was the biggest, but it was one of the biggest years of his career. I will say that. And just because of the quarantine and then being an independent artist and just having so much more that he was about to give us, and then this happened. But I will say, I had a conversation with some people, and we did talk about like the fickleness of fans and cancel culture. And the reality is, I agree that Tory's wrong. I don't think Tory doesn't. There's so much that has to be said, right? But my thing is, when you have an artist like that, right, who we can't deny his talent, that's something we can't deny, right? I think an artist like him, all it's going to take is for him to just put out another. It's going to take 6 or 7 months. He's going to put out a new record, and if the record slaps, because you know how quick people forget things here in the world we live in today. Like honestly, he could probably put out a record in 3 months or whatever, and if it slaps, you'd be surprised how many people are going to play it. Nonetheless, like I will say, I think there's room for a career still for him, even though like the cancel culture thing right now, just because seeing cancel culture, like from just the firsthand experience of seeing it on Twitter, you see how finicky these people are. Definitely like someone with like no name. They were riding for her with the whole J. Cole thing, and then as soon as she said something about Beyonce, they told the same people that supported her told her, "You need to shut up, and you don't know what you're talking about, and you need to mind your business." So like they try to cancel her, and I'm like, "Yo, y'all just try to cancel J. Cole for responding to some tweets that she had, and now you're canceling her because she had an unfavorable opinion on Beyonce." So
how convenient, right? How fucking convenient. Like it.
Like, I mean, but that's something that's happened already. But like it happened, like that's just how cancel culture is, bro. Like I think unfortunately to most and many people, I think Tory's probably still gonna have a career because there's people that's still gonna listen to his music, because they'll say, just like you have people that listen to plenty of artists that we listen to, that they bypass the personal lives and actions because they like the music so much. So like,
I'm not one of those people that's saying Tory's career is fucking over. He's still gonna have a music career. He's gonna have his dedicated fan base and all this and the third, right? And it wasn't like Tory was a bad artist or nothing. He just made a very bad, dumb ass decision. That was it, right? Like when the whole Chris Brown incident happened with Rihanna, right? He made a dumb fucking decision. But look at Chris Brown now, right? He became better than what he fucking did. Look at Gucci when he was pushing bitches out the Hummer and shit. He became better.
That's crazy.
They would kill Gucci today, man.
They would.
For sure.
They would, but what I'm just saying, he became better than what he did. Like, look with him now. You know what I'm saying? So, Tory Lanez has the chance to do that, but the future is not here yet. He has, the dude has to answer for what he's done, and he's wrong, and he has to suffer the consequences. Whether they want to cancel his music or not, that's your choice and that's your preference. Right. I'm not here advocating for the man to go broke, but the man he shouldn't go unpunished for doing something fucking wrong. You know what I mean? That's not how things work. You can't just go around shooting women in their fucking foot because you're fucking angry or due to an argument, whatever the fuck. And then you can walk away from it and expect nobody to say anything. That's ridiculous. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what kind of world anybody thinks that they're living in.
But he's getting federal charges for it. They've already said they're going to put. They're already looking at giving him federal charges for this. So that does mean he's going to answer to it. He's not going to answer to it maybe in the way hip hop would want him to answer to it, but in the terms of like the law, he's going to answer to it, because I think the statement that Meg Thee Stallion made is going to be used against him in court, even if she doesn't want to like give a formal statement to the courts. And I mean, I think there's a conversation that goes into the whole thing about black women protecting black men, because that became a whole topic piece, a huge
Right.
piece on the timeline. But it's you seeing the whole thing with Tory, and you're saying he's going to answer to it, but I think it's just going to be in the terms of the courts. I think he's going to answer to it to us through his music, and I
So
think just because he's been so silent.
So here's my thing, right? Like me personally, I don't have a problem with if somebody wants to listen to his music, that's their prerogative. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, there is such a thing as separating the artist and their music. And you know what I mean? Like if you want to do that, then by all means go for it. But I mean like also acknowledge like what he did. And it's like if you can acknowledge what he did and just be like, hey, like I still like his music, then I mean that's for you. You know what I mean? Like I got no problem with that at the end of the day, because I think there's something to be said for people who are shitty people and make shitty decisions and don't grow for them and continue to be shitty people. But then some of these people, like if we give them a chance to grow, they will become better. I would hope that over time he would become better from what happened to him from the situation. But as of right now, I think he does need to, pay the consequences of his actions. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I agree. I definitely agree to that. I mean, he's got to pay, and I mean, I think this is just one of those stories, like we said when it initially happened. Like we got to wait for more details to unfold, because even like as you can see now, I think with Meg making a statement, and then you having like someone like Maxo Cream making a statement on it via like social media. I think there's gonna be so much more to come from him, because even I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but even like the woman that he's been dealing with had like from his past have came out and actually have said like, yo, Tory was an abusive person, and you know how that whole thing works. Like even with the whole Trey Songz thing, where Shorty had said something about like I guess him pissing on her or some shit like that, or being sexually aggressive or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think with time we're going to see some more stuff and see what unfolds. But Tory's going to answer to this, and I think he's going to answer to us within his music. To be honest with you, similar to how most artists do. I think looking at different artists, the way they answer for like how the way they scope their opinions and the way they talk about stuff, you're able to see it. Like, and even like when you listen to like even like I was listening to like Nas's album actually that just came out. And there was, I think it was like in his 10 points, it was a song, there's one song I've been listening to that I like a lot. It's called 10 Points. And like how he was just talking about like, like he was just giving his viewpoints on like how like you should view yourself, right? In terms of like being a king or a queen that we often call ourselves, and just saying like having like, he was just sharing his own viewpoint for the most part. Like, and I think Tory's will be in the same boat to some extent, but I think when you see when you listen to artists, that's typically how they get their message across. And like, I don't know, I guess it just kind of reminded me of the 10-point joint with Nas. That's all, because it was a good. I don't know. To me, I actually like that. Did y'all actually listen to that? Matter of fact, did y'all listen to the album yet?
Yeah, man, I listened to it, and to be honest, I really, 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 really enjoyed the album. It's probably going to be in like probably one of my favorite albums of the year, honestly, so far.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, no, it's good. Like, you know what I mean? Like the beat selection is good. Nas is rapping great. I mean, it is Nas, so you know what I mean? Like I really enjoy the album. Every song except for Fivio Foreign's verse.
Favi?
So
Yeah.
I like the album. I think it's good. I want to put it in my top 5. I think there's a couple songs on there that was kind of mid. But there were some really good songs on there. Like I like Full Circle a lot. I like the the Cure song. Damn, what was it called? The Cure, the Change. What the one song where the beat was changing within the song as he was rapping, as it kept going on. You know what song I'm talking about? Now? Was it called The Cure or The Change?
It's called The Cure.
Yeah, okay, see. Yeah, I like that one. I thought that one it had a really nice concept to it. I like Car 85. That was dope. Blue Benz was dope. I think his album was good. It was just some songs on there that was just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like 27 Savage was kind of like, okay, it's cool.
That's one of my favorite songs on the album.
I mean, it was cool. The song with Lil Durk, it would have been better without Lil Durk.
I liked it with Dirk on there, actually.
we were talking about the song "Spicy." It should have just been him and ASAP Ferg, and it would have been perfectly fine. So, not a bad album, not at all. It's one of the better rap albums of the year, absolutely for sure. It's to me, I'm not putting it in my top 5. It'd be in the top 10 though, for sure, but not top 5. Now, I think the album was good, and the thing about this album, he was actually talking a lot about current events and important stuff, like basically conscious topics. You know, he did a blend, and I think that was dope. I think it was better than his former arch nemesis, what he ended up releasing on the same day. And I think this Nas album should be getting a lot of love compared to a lot of other popular albums that came out that aren't necessarily fucking good, but it's going to get the love because of popularity. So with that being said, though, do you think that, 2 questions for you guys. One, is this the final Nas album? Or two, where would you guys, because I said it's not in my top 5, but I'll put it in top 10. Where would you guys rank this album in your top 5 or top 10?
Before I get to that, like, just to share my opinion on the album first. I mean, to me, the album was good. I wasn't impressed by it at all. It was just like, I listened to it like maybe 2 or 3 times. It's like a good Nas album that I would play. It has replay value, but it's not an album that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like, you know how like when you go to your job and you got to do your review and they say like if it's like good, okay, satisfactory or whatever, like to me, like it's just satisfactory. Like he satisfies the need that I expect from Nas when it comes to music, but it's nothing that makes me say like nothing jumps out to me, long story short, right? But at the same time, it's weird because it has replay value nonetheless. I like I said, to me, like I had a couple songs that I like, but I said, I typically don't. I really don't. I'm more of like I'm so much of an album person that I don't even know a lot of times I don't even know the tracks. I just listen to an album from beginning to end because that's just how I grew up listening and consuming music. So I know there was the joint that he did with The Firm that was cool, which was odd because every time Foxy's verse came on, I always found myself getting out the car. Like I'm not sure what was up with that, but the Favi song, we know what that is at the end of the day. That's literally like 3 generations of rap music. That's all that is. Like you had Nas from the 90s, you have ASAP Ferg from the 10s. And now you got Favi that's going to be in the 20s.
You know what kills me about that song, though? Like, I feel like that type of beat, 504 should sound better on that type of beat. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, surprise, fucking surprise, the guy is not a good fucking rapper, right? When you put him against, when you have one of the greatest fucking rappers of all time, right? Arguably top 5, top 3, depending on who you talk to, Nas. Then you have A$AP Ferg, right? Nobody's calling him one of the greatest rapper, but A$AP Ferg is not a bad rapper, and he and he does have a strong fan base because people do fuck with his vibe and they know that this guy can rap. Then you have a guy here who's part of a fucking genre, right? It's not a bad genre, the Brooklyn drill, whatever like that, but most of them niggas can't fucking rap. So you stick him with that, he's gonna get exposed. And that's what fucking happened. And I'm not saying it was Nas's intention to expose him to like, hey, look, we're just much better rappers than this guy. But the guy is not a great fucking rapper. You heard it in
French Montana.
Yeah, French is not great, but
he's someone that he's not great. Sorry to cut you off. He's not great, but he's also someone that he has a certain energy that he brings to a song. I mean, I think that's what that is with Favi to some extent.
Well, I just don't see it, right? Because at least with French Montana songs, nobody, people know that French is not a great rapper, but at least you're like, it's tolerable because it's like it's not him, it's the song itself that they enjoy. With 504, right? When you listen to the song Demons for Drake, after Drake's verse is done, it's like, I'm ready to cut this shit off.
I don't play that shit at all.
To me, he was
decent.
I don't like that shit.
Man,
I don't like anybody talking about they on demon time. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anybody listening, I'm not normalizing anything about demons. I don't care. Like like I watched the interview with Sosa Geek. Right, he got a chain that says Demon Child. Like I'm not normalizing any of that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that's a whole nother conversation. But like, my bad. Finish what you were saying, Lau.
I was just saying, like, surprise, surprise. You know what I mean? Like, with the motherfucker, like, he's not that good of a fucking rapper. He just not. For whatever that Brooklyn drill shit, that gimmick, he could survive with that, right? Because it covers and it masks his his disability of fucking rapping. But when you put him on a real fucking record, like, hey, like, yo, you're gonna actually have to fucking rap. It's not that type of song where you can ad-lib your way, scam your way out of rapping. You heard what happened.
Yeah, when Lau says surprise, surprise, you know he's about to say some shit, man. Like, shit's so funny, man.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise.
I actually got that saying from Nigel. I remember years ago he was saying.
Oh, yeah.
But with that being said, though, I think the album was a solid effort. So not my top 5. I would put it in the top 10. Where in the top 10, I don't know. I have to rearrange everything, but I could see it being 9 or number 10.
For me, I would say it's not top 5. It's not top 5 for me right now. It's weird. It might be top 5 because to me, I honestly think it's the album feels, and we probably have to just do a one-off of like an episode, maybe us reviewing this album because. To me, like this album is one of those weird albums where I personally would put it over the Jay Electronica album, personally. But
you know what? I would too. Because I was thinking about that, right? And I was like, the Jay Electronica album is a good album, but
it's not perfect though. You know what I mean?
It's not
nowhere
perfect.
near.
And not only is perfect, it seemed like, right? We're just quick comparison. I was like, damn, man, did I really like that album because of Jay-Z?
Right.
Exactly.
Or
Because of Jay Electronica. So you know what we're going to have to do at the end of the year?
There's a Jay-Z version to that album, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there's like there's a version that lingers on the internet somewhere where it's just a version where they've cut all of Jay Electronica's verses out of the album. And it's just a Jay-Z version it's just a Jay-Z version for every song.
So what we're gonna have to do is at the end of the year, we're just gonna have to make a top 5 to top 10 albums of the year. Yeah. Figure out what our list is for the listeners. You know what I mean? If y'all have any suggestions, because what On the Humble gave us Still Got Cooks. You know what I mean? So if y'all have any other suggestions for us, like while we're going on, that would definitely be helpful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I listened to Young Dolph at the gym.
Oh, where? How'd you like that?
Liked it. I did. I'm not gonna lie. Especially, it's like Blue Diamonds, I think is the name of the song. Towards the end, that song is dope.
I like Rich Slave too, bro. I've been the thing with Young Dolph, right? You know what you're getting when you're listening to him. You're not expecting top 5 quality work, but if you listen to him like you listen to Gucci and shit, I think he's the shit. So shouts out to Young Dolph. Rich Slave was a solid album, and he also did good album sales for an independent artist.
Yeah, because he's like he sold like 62,000, 64,000 or something like that the first week.
Yeah,
which is really good. I mean, I've been a fan of Dolph for a while. Like I used to have the whole conversation with someone that was a Gotti fan, a Yo Gotti fan, and we used to have the whole debate about the two artists. Because I don't care as much for Yo Gotti's music, but there's a whole conversation that goes behind them two because of the long going beef they've had. But you listening to Dolph's music, I'm being a fan of his music for one. I think this was like one of my more favorite projects of his in the most recent years because like I got into Dolph before 100 Shots, right?
Okay.
But right before 100 Shots. But like since listening to then, like his music, I've heard his music change a lot, and like, but he sticks to like kind of a format at the end of the day, and I think the music that I listened to from his album was really good. It was really good. Like you said, he just delivered in what we know him to deliver for at the end of the day.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like it was written sometimes, and honestly, that's how I look at the Nas album. Like sometimes it's satisfactory because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like you're delivering. If I say we need to be here at 9:00, I know you're gonna be here at 9. Like you're not gonna be here at 8:55, but you'll be here at 9:00 saying I'm ready to work.
It sounds like a nice date. It's like, man, like I'm waiting for this date to come by. Like she's gonna be here at 9:30. It's like, thank God that she's here on time. You know what I mean? I don't have to wait.
When are they ever here on time?
You know what I mean? It's like I don't have to wait. Like because I've been late to a date or two. You know what I mean? A terrible time. You know what I mean? It just happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been like that before. Actually,
I was an hour late to a date.
You know something? I've been an hour late before. I actually had one time. Some girl, I thought she stood me up because my friend tried to set me up with like one of his friends or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And me and the girl, we had texted each other. We had set up a date or whatever. And when we had set it up, because we had just talked to each other for like maybe a day or something. And it was like, yo, let's just instead of going through all that talk and stuff, let's just meet somewhere we could go out to eat and get something to eat and meet. Man, it was like, I think we had set 7:00 or some shit like that. And I think I went to your house actually, because I'm like, it was like 7:00, and this was like you know how it is when you first get out of like a relationship and you get back on the scene,
right?
Like, so you're like, oh, okay, this is like one of my first dates back in the game, and like from like a bad breakup or whatever. And man, I sat there in front of like Applebee's for like 20 minutes, and I'm like calling this chick's phone and she's just not picking up.
She ghosted
you? So funny enough, she didn't ghost me. I got to your place. I called you. I was like, yo, bro,
I remember this night. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, go on.
I was like, yo, bro, I totally forgot about this until you said something. Like, I was like, yo, you home? Yeah, yo, I'm about to pull up. I came to your crib. I think we sat and talked for like maybe 10 minutes. And then the girl finally hit me back and was like, oh, my bad. Like, it was something like where it was like a family situation or some shit like that. But like, I thought I almost got ghosted, and I ain't even gonna hold you, or not even ghosted. I just thought I got stood up, and I ain't even gonna hold you. That's like one of the illest feelings to have. I've never felt that before.
I have.
And I've never been stood up for a date before.
I got stood up on a date, man. Hey,
yo, that shit is hard. Son, that's like the most mind-boggling thing.
So look, I went on a date with a girl. Like, we ended up going to Applebee's, funny enough. And, you know, I had a good day. It was cool, I get tense in my shoulders and shit, like, when I'm, like, in different situations, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, I had to kind of calm myself down. So, you know, a second date, I was like, all right, you know, I'm going to be a little, you know, less tense, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, like, this time we go to Olive Garden. I'm like, all right, cool.
You stepped it up a little bit.
Right. I'm about to fuck up these breadsticks, you know what I mean? Get some Alfredo sauce to dip them in and shit, you know what I mean? So, and plus they have this tiramisu, and I love fucking tiramisu. I do.
That shit's like, fire.
Yo, man. So, you know, I'm there.
Honestly, when this whole pandemic, or when it's cooled off enough, we should probably do that when we can, like, go up to Philly. There's some good food out there still. So it's like, get some tiramisu or some shit. Like, I haven't had tiramisu in a minute.
Yeah, I have that shit whenever I can. But, so.
It's easy to make, too. I'll send you the recipe.
Yeah, all right. So, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. I text her. I'm like, hey, everything okay? She's like, yeah, you know, sorry, blah, blah, blah. Like, she had a child, so she was just like, you know, my kid, you know, they lost a tooth, and I have to make sure they're all right. So I was like, okay, you know. So look, at this point in time,
hold on, what? So she told you her kid lost a tooth, so she's taking that long?
So I was just like, hey, you know, you gotta take care of your kid. Like, I'm not gonna get on a mom for being a mom. I'm not gonna get on a mom for being a mom.
How often do you think when, and granted, I don't have kids, right? And I've tried dating women that have had kids before, and there's nothing wrong with a woman that has children.
Right.
But I feel like, to me, I think sometimes, because I've been curved by chicks, I think, and they've
It's the
used their
perfect
kids.
excuse. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
perfect
like
excuse. I'm not mad at it.
how often do you think that's really being real and it's like being a lie? Like when you tell a girl, when you trying to get off the phone, I think that's my mom calling me. Let me call you back, and there's nobody on the other line. Like,
Look, man, we've all used excuses to get out of situations, man. You know what I mean? And
she's the child though. That's nasty.
so I was there waiting, and then Vince, one of our friends, mutual friend of ours, you know what I mean? He was in town, and I was just like, "Yo, man, you're in town. I'm about to come down to Dover." Blah 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 blah. Never heard from her again. Yeah, that was the
Really?
last time I heard from this woman. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
See, that's crazy. That's
Never
sick. I
heard
mean,
from her again.
oh, she like ghosted you. Like,
She ghosted me for real, for real. And I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've ghosted and been ghosted. But that
hey,
was
yo,
one of the crazier moments, though.
yeah, yo, do you think like, and like, I want to talk about the ghosted thing, but like, do you think like, do you think like in those situations, right? Do you think people ever realize like when you go on a date, and I'm sure we all do it, like you, there's a tier, right, in terms of
Okay.
places to go out. You feel me? Like, do you think like the person you're going on a date with understands that? Like, cause you start off like, I believe the same. Like, I'll start you off at Applebee's because it's like it's cheap. It's cheap initially, and if the date doesn't work out, no one really lost money, and then slowly you progress. Cause I
Well,
definitely got one time with. Oh, go ahead. I
oh,
ain't
no,
gonna say it.
no.
I'm not even. I'm not even. I'm not
I
even
want to hear
gonna.
where you went.
Nah. Well, nah. So I went on a date one time, right? It was a girl I was cool with.
Okay.
And it was funny to me though. She long story short, make a long story less long. We went out somewhere and it wasn't like Applebee's or something. It was it was maybe a step above, a step or two above, right? Maybe, or somewhere along the lines in terms of price, right? And we go out to eat and she's like, "Oh yeah, we're looking at the menu, da da da." And then she's like, I'm like, "Oh, so what are you getting?" And she's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna get steak." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But I'm not tripping because I know her and like
Did you
she's,
pay?
and I was paying because I
All right.
told her
All right.
I was taking her out. Like she knew I was paying.
Right.
Like I'm always been big into that. I don't really like women paying for stuff around me.
I just
Like,
had to make sure, man. Some people are different.
yeah, look, listen, I that's a whole nother combo. But
Exactly.
long story short, so she orders a steak and then we make our order or whatever. So we're sitting talking and I cook. So I'm thinking, I know what based off how you like your steak is how I know you are as a person, right? Or
So
what your taste is like.
what is like a medium rare woman say to you?
She knows what she's doing. Like if
Wh-
she orders medium rare, or like if she orders medium rare, she's been eating like she's good with fine dining. She likes eating good food. Like
Look,
she's been doing this for a while.
if I go out with a chick who wants a well done steak, then we won't be dating for too long. Like I'm not
You're not
sure what.
getting a second date from me.
Yeah, no,
You're not
I don't
getting.
know. I don't know what the problem is with that. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I've dated chicks that have said I apparently I didn't know they were steak eaters
Nasty.
until, yeah, well done steak eaters, and then they transition at some moment after we got done talking. But this is the kicker, right? With this girl, she ends up saying, "Oh, after she orders, she's like, yeah, I I think she had asked me, and I told her, oh, just get like medium or whatever, right?"
Okay.
She gets medium, and then we're talking about it, and I was like, oh, like, so like, how do you typically like your steak or whatever? She's like, well, this is the first time I've ever had steak before. I said, in my mind, I thought, hold on, so you just messed up everything for yourself. Like like to me in my mind, I just said, okay, I have no problem with you doing that, but at the end of the day, the reality is no. Like you're not getting another date from me because you're not about to be. I'm not about to be your financial backer for like your new taste bud, new excursions you want to go on with your taste buds. I'm not going to be your financial backer for that. Like I don't know. I think sometimes I don't think people recognize like when you're moving up. You're moving up. Like if I take you to Applebee's, I'm taking you to Applebee's. If I take you to somewhere that's a step above Applebee's, I like you a little more. If I keep taking you there, either I'm financially, I can't afford to go anywhere else, or I just don't want to really take you somewhere else because I don't know if you really worth the date. Like, I don't want to invest too much money into this, and then I'm like, oh, and it's not even on some like smashing type of shit. It's just
you just don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, like if I don't have a connection with you, or if I realize on date 2 or 3, you're not really what I'm looking for. Hey, we cut our losses. We spent a little bit of money, and that's it. Versus, I ain't taking no. Go ahead.
To answer your question, I do think there is a tier, but I also like to eat food. I love food, and you know, like I feel like if I'm like just dating, like just getting to know somebody, then yeah, we might not go to like a million different places. We might go to like a few places and eat. But if we go to like, if we're like going out like as boyfriend and girlfriend, then we're probably going to eat at a few places. You know what I mean? Like, because we're going to be trying all types of food together and shit like that. At least that's what I like to do. I like to try new shit. Even if I don't like it, I said I tried it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'll put it like this. If I'm going out on a first date with somebody, I want them to feel comfortable. You know what I mean? So like we can go somewhere simple, like a Applebee's or something like that. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter.
Damn. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not doing. I'm just saying, I'm not doing no motherfucking Applebee's. I ain't gonna do no goddamn Olive Garden. You know what I mean? I feel like it this might be some
cozy conversations. Go ahead.
I'm waiting to hear what he has to say.
No,
go hard on him.
No, this is loud shade talking. This ain't cozy. Right? If I'm taking you out on a date, and there's 2 versions of me, right? The feeling, if I'm feeling you, I'm gonna try to take you out somewhere nice. Of course, somewhere, you know, it ain't gonna put a motherfucking hole in my pocket. I'm not gonna show off for you, right? But I'm gonna take you somewhere nice where it ain't fucking Applebee's. It's gonna be something better than that. If I'm feeling you, if I'm not feeling you, I'm not taking you out nowhere. Just
yeah. Listen. I'm with
taking you. I'm not. You want to catch a movie? Word, the Chipotle right next door. You know what it is. If I'm not feeling you, this is what it is. But if I am feeling you, baby, you want the real Red Lobster, the shit that's coming off the out the sea. You know what I mean? The real steak where they kill the cow and they cooking it right there in front of you. Yeah.
Nah.
That's me. Because I could afford it. So I'm happy. But, yo, I'm not even going to waste my time at the Applebee's or Olive Garden. None of that shit for you, bro.
Listen.
Use the Netflix. I don't care.
Say that again. What'd you say?
I said, you're not even going to use the Netflix. I don't care, bro. Like, I'm not feeling you at all.
Fam, like, I'm with you on that to some extent. Like, my thing is this, right? If we came to if we know what this situation is, we know what the situation is. We don't have to go around the whole going out to eat thing. I'm with you on that, right? But I'm saying this, I'm referring this to the chicks that I actually want to like hang out with. Right. I ain't referring to like the girl that, oh yeah, I don't like being around her. Like we've all dealt with the chick that we don't like being around.
Right. It's like, look, I'm just here.
Yeah, but I mean that's all going through like the youthfulness of your 20s, right? But like, nah, bro. Like if it's a girl I actually like, oh, she seems cool. Like it was one chick that I was real cool with. That we was going out, we was on some like, yo, let's just go to Applebee's because we just wanted to talk. Like because if I'm going on a date with someone that I don't know like that, like if it's like, oh, I meet a chick, because I ain't really I go into a point, I ain't for all of this extra talking and all of this stuff. Like if I know, like I'll have a couple conversations with you, and if I'll know where I'll place you based off the conversation that I have with you, right? So if I feel like, yo, I don't want to be with her, I know I don't want to be with her. Or if I know this is what I'm in this for, and I'm gonna let you know what I'm looking for. And if you agree, you agree. If you don't, I understand. We go our separate ways, and I wish you nothing but the best. But if it's a chick I'm cool with and I like, initially, if I meet you and it's like, oh, she seemed cool, like she's cool conversation, I'll go to Applebee's because it's like it's cheap. We can just sit there and talk because that's all a date really should be is just talking anyway.
Exactly, getting to feel each other out and whatnot,
But-
trying to get
but-
comfortable and shit.
But I mean, there's other things you could do, right? For that, you could take the chick mini golfing. You could do that.
Either way, you're spending money.
No,
Absolutely.
I know. I get what you're saying. I'm just not gonna subject myself to not so great food. You know what I mean? Because I want to chill with a girl. No,
whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not. Let's make it clear. I'm not the guy that's like, oh, in order to hang out with her, I need to take her somewhere that's not so great food. Because to me, like I said, for me, I know the type of food I like. I know I've been on dates where I've taken girls to like, I've dated a girl where I took her to like a really fancy restaurant. I took her to some shit she never been before, right?
Okay.
That was like a place that was not nothing to me, but it was like, oh, it's easily you gonna spend a couple $100 in here. But like, I've done
a rat joint. Yeah.
You gotta chill.
I'm just saying. If she ain't never seen it before, little hood rat joint, I feel you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Bro.
Yeah, that reminded me of the French Montana song. He was like, yeah, you know, I took one of the chicks from the projects out. I took her on the ferry. You would have thought I took her on the cruise. She never seen no shit like this before. She was so amazing. I just looked at her like, sweetheart, this isn't nothing. I just took you on the ferry. Like,
But in one of my prior relationships, like
those are actually the best chicks to kind of fool with too. I ain't gonna hold you.
in one of my prior relationships, like one of the girls suggested we go to McDonald's on our first date.
Oh, that's so bad.
I wasn't complaining because I was like, look, I don't got money. You know what I mean? And like at the time, like I was broke as fuck. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I hate McDonald's. Hate it. I absolutely hate McDonald's. I don't care about a sponsorship. I won't eat your shit for money. I fucking hate McDonald's. Period.
Shut up. He doesn't. Shut up. He does not mean that. I love. If you guys are paying us, I'm loving it.
I'll take a bite of a chicken nugget if you're paying me. If you're paying me money.
I'll eat a Big Mac on this show every episode. If
give me a fucking McRib.
Oh hell, dog, no.
Yeah, nah. Hey, look, you want to get paid or not?
Listen, man. If the money's good, I'll eat a McRib every episode. I'm telling you. All right, you got my word, but you got to do that before episode 50. If you don't get me before episode 50, the price went up.
All right. So Lyle has to get off of here. We have anything else we want to hit on real quick before Lyle engages in his prior engagements?
Not much. I know RZA dropped something recently. It's called, he dropped not an album, but he directed a movie called Cutthroat City with Wesley Snipes.
Shouts out to Wesley.
Seen the trailer for that. It looks like it's going to be good. I think they're saying it's actually in selected theaters right now.
I won't be there.
Yeah, I won't be there either, but I'll definitely be there in spirit.
Right. Not catching coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm kind of interested to see what's going on with the movie stuff, just because of like this Milan movie that's supposed to drop. Because like there's a whole thing behind that we could talk about like after the results of that movie dropping. But yeah, like I don't really have much. I know we had saw the whole thing with Mayor, like Mr. Autobahn.
You want to play it real quick?
Yeah, play that joint real quick out in Pritchard. He ain't playing with Q or nothing like that.
I'm gonna slap your bitch ass.
Hold on. Wait.
Yeah, you would never believe this is for anybody listening. This is Mr. Autobahn running. He's running for mayor of Pritchard, Alabama. Just to put that in context, this is him on IG Live because apparently. I don't even know which one you about to play, but I'm quite sure it's the one about Q. So play that shit.
All right.
Do some shit and then hide his hand. If you was gonna do it, Q, be a man and say, hey, look what kind of videos Mr. Autobahn make. I stand behind my shit, Q. But I can't stand with you and I can't agree with you for being a hoe ass nigga for wanting to go send out some shit. So I'm gonna be this nigga you want me to see. Q. I'm gonna slap your bitch ass when I see you. Yeah, let it be known the mayor gonna slap Q bitch ass for trying to goddamn ruin my campaign. So see, y'all see me be professional, talk without cursing, and be a stand-up guy to prove that I can lead this city. I got a plan.
Yeah, I would've voted for
wrote
this
it
dude.
down on paper. I did so many interviews with positive information
Vote for this motherfucker.
about this fucked up ass city preacher. Stand behind it. I'm gonna slap the shit out of Q bitch ass tonight. Point right there.
Yo, vote for Mr. Autobahn, man.
Yeah, vote for him, please.
Yeah.
vote for Reginald Davis. Like we need more of this guy, man. Like for real.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I watched that, Joe. And granted, I know we gotta get up off of here, but dog, I watched that shit and that shit had me dying.
Oh my God, man.
Like, and he's legit, like he's legit running for mayor right now. But he be playing, like, I don't know if you seen it, but he had a video where, like, cause he make rap music, so he's cussing in the rap music, like regular rap music. He's like just someone, like a person from the neighborhood that just was like, yo, I'm running for mayor. I was like, you can? Yeah, I'm gonna just do it. And like, he dropped a whole mixtape. He got a mixtape out, I believe. He got single. I don't even know the name of the mixtape. I'll get it to y'all next episode. But like, mixtape out, everything just going how it's going. And he letting Q know at the same time, he'll slap you. And he ain't for none of the rah-rah shit. Like, it's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious, man. Vote Mr. Autobahn.
Vote Reginald Davis, man. Like, he needs your vote. He's trying to make a difference around this motherfucker, man. Like, for real. In the words of Mr. Autobahn. That's what he said.
Yeah, it's an effed up city, man. Like, in the words of Mr. Auto, like, not even the words, but they pulled his resume. Boy he has a master's degree in business administration. He owns multiple businesses in like the city of Pritchard and outside of those in other cities, neighboring cities within Alabama. Like, he actually has like a track record of like positive things that makes him a good candidate. I'm assuming for that city, but it's just like
What do you think his views are?
Slapping Q's bitch ass. That's what his view. That's his view, man. Like, anybody getting in his way of his campaign. Hopefully we don't catch no smoke from him. Like,
shit, I mean, give us an interview for real. Fuck it. Like, we'll interview you. If we lived in Alabama, we might vote for you too. Shit.
Oh my God.
Nigel vote for that nigga.
Man.
You're not trying to support him making a change around Pritchard, Alabama.
I ain't from Pritchard, Alabama. I don't know what goes on in Pritchard, Alabama. Let that nigga do his thing in Pritchard, Alabama. You ain't from Pritchard, Alabama. You don't get no money out of Pritchard, Alabama. Feel me?
Yeah.
Your family ain't from there. Like, come on.
Nah, I know nobody knit down there, but that shit's hilarious, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny.
Yeah, that shit got me going, man. But that was probably, honestly, that might have been like the highlight from my week. Honestly, in terms of funniest moments, that had to be the funniest moment from the week, man. Like, I don't have much to say outside of that other than wear your mask, people going back to school, be safe. Yeah, that's all I can say. Be safe and be ready, because these schools, people are starting school, so people start school this week, so.
Wow.
Yeah, man. All I got to say is for everybody going to school, for the college folk like myself, and for the young kids like my little baby, everybody be safe. Everybody stay strong. And one side note on the entertainment aspect, if you haven't seen the new trailer to the Batman movie, check that shit out. That motherfucker, the Twilight motherfucker, he's going hard as a motherfucker as Batman.
Really? Yeah,
he's beating the shit out of somebody in the trailer. I'm like, oh, I'm eager to see this movie now.
Hold on, you talking about the Edward Cullen guy?
Yo, he can actually act. Robert Pattinson is his name.
Edward Cullen, right? From
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to date a girl that I met. This girl I was dating. She was into Twilight. That's how I got into it. But I didn't even know that. I have to check it out.
Yeah, it dropped. It dropped over the weekend, and I thought it was a good trailer. You should check it out.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Definitely. But everybody, if you get a chance, when it comes to music. It's an album that I've been listening to recently. It's by this artist called Washed Out. He has an album called Purple Noon. You should check it out. It's like a good vibe, just to say. Just throwing that out there.
I'll say the same thing I said last week. It's all right to be ignorant. It's not okay to stay that way. Wash your hands. Stop being dirty, man. Like, everybody wants to get outside and at least do something that doesn't require us to wear a mask. Like, we can get past this shit. You know what I mean?
Bro, listen. Listen. All I'm going to say is this. Most countries are back to normal. Like, yeah, like, I think most people, I'll put it like this. Everybody followed the rules in other countries, and they're back to normal. We, like,
Still here.
Yeah, we're still going. It's still going bad. Like, and we're preparing for the second wave.
It's about flu season is happening, and we're about to be here, man. It's about to get rough, like real rough.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
For the corona bad guy.
Y'all got an estimate for time when the shit's over, or we just gonna end it?
Man, I think that shit gonna end in probably, like, honestly, for us, I think it's not gonna end till the end of next year, early 2022.
May next year.
No, it's not. It's gonna be longer than May. Look, you see what happened in the 6 months, and we about to go into a second wave. And you know the economy itself is gonna take a huge hit from this. I think.
Buy some stock.
Yeah, like it's one of these things where I put it like this: we may be on the brink of going through the depression again.
Wow, you got an estimate for time or no?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yo, that's the best. Jesus. That's the best. That's probably the best response you can give.
All right. Well, listeners, y'all been highly advised. See y'all next week. I hope y'all enjoy this.
Yo. Highly advised. Ciao.